Hello beautiful water signs, it's Lorien here with Wellington, which is a pleasure to do this reading for you again. This is going to be for April. It applies to Sun, Moon, Rising. You know the drill by now. So it's been calling for me to do Pisces first, then Cancer, then Scorpio. So we're going to be going into that order rather than Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. For some reason Pisces really wants to come through first, but there will be some timestamps down below ready for you to find whichever sign you want to see. Alright, so let's start with Pisces. Pisces. You really wanted me to start with Pisces for some reason, so let's have a look and see. Alright, another shuffle, or are we done? Okay, so you have 10 of Wands to start with, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Swords. I will be drawing some more clarifiers, so don't worry. And we are using the Everyday Tarot by Tarot by Deborah Blake for today. So let me see. You have been undertaking a large amount of tasks, probably the only one who's actually able to maintain things at this point in time, whether that be your family's coherence, that's something coming through, or whether it's something else that you're trying to deal with. It feels like you've got several things on your plate and it's just gradually building up and building up and building up. So I do feel that there's a lot of tension potentially that's been around you, and instead of being your natural self, you've had to kind of gear up a little bit. You've had to become this swords character. Now this is not dependent on gender. This just feels like it's going to be something that you've had to be very quick thinking, sometimes cold, sometimes aloof, sometimes very straight to the point, where you can seem to be less feeling, but it's just so you can deal with things. And it's no matter if you have to be very rigid and sort of down the wire, it's fine. It's just don't forget that this is who you are. You are very much a person of emotion. You are very much a lovely Pisces, whatever element you have the Pisces in. So this is to honor the fact that you have these emotions, that you have these sensibilities, and also the intuition and psychic abilities too. So let's have a look and see what else is coming through for you. So 3 of Wands and Temperance. Yeah, it's all about the balance that you're putting into yourself. So as much as you're expending your energy, as much as you're trying to get somewhere, as much as you want to communicate and make sure that you have the preparation, that you have all this stuff building up around you, that you can do XYZ, you still need to take care of some part of yourself as well. There may be some big decisions that you're having to make very soon, or big changes coming into your life, so you want to make sure that you are prepared for those. However, I also feel like they are saying, just at least in April, at least give yourself a month to balance things out. Make sure that you are kind of connecting with what it is you want to achieve, connecting with what it is you want to put out there, but also find that route that will unlock the desires and the magic that you have, and follow your spirit through that. I feel like there's something that you haven't quite tapped into yet because you're so overwhelmed with everything else, everything that's external, everything that you're battling against internally as well, like worry or, you know, stuff like, how am I going to deal with this? You have to make sure that you're putting enough energy back into yourself, and it may be overwhelming because you're juggling all these plates a lot. So just kind of set the plates down a little bit if you can, just for like an hour a day, or even an hour a week if you can manage, and just have that time to yourself. I think that would be the best thing for you this month. This is a change of seasons, so you have the opportunity now, wherever you are, whether it be going into autumn or spring, to sort of change and go into a different season of yourself. I feel this coming through a lot for my Pisces who find themselves in control of the household that they're in. Or even if you're not in control, like the head of the household, you seem to be a support beam that if you were removed, things would kind of crumble down. So I feel as though this is you supporting everybody else, but you have to support yourself first, or else everything else will just be superfluous. You need to continue to pour the energy that you expend on everybody else back into you. And there we go, we have 3 queens this reading, so you have the Queen of Wands as well. I do feel like there's, how to put it, a continuous vibrancy, this energy that wants to come through here, this feeling that you want to be a part of something, you want to be very involved with things, but at the same time you also want to be your own individual self, and you should be, but it just feels like you're too interconnected with everybody else at the moment. So I think having this kind of like, you know, she looks like she's just received flowers for an encore, you know, so it could be that you want to be your own star, you want to be your own star of the stage in your life, and you want to be in control of what you're doing. And I feel that having that control over something as part of your life in April, maybe continue it through the rest of the year, is really going to set you apart and feeling more brave, feeling more like you can achieve this. And yeah, you know, I'm central here, I can do this. So definitely, this is coming up to you. This is going to be focus on you, make sure you're center stage, and definitely put yourself first as much as you potentially can. So that's my Pisces. And now I'm going to go on to Cancerians. I'll just shuffle a little bit on camera too, because I know that you guys like this. Cancerians. Ooh. Justice. I knew the High Priestess was coming for you. I knew it. Right. You have Strength, High Priestess, so 3 major arcana to start with. Big changes for April for you guys. Really big changes. Something that you started in December is actually coming to fruition now. It feels as though you are finally getting to grips with something around you, or somebody around you, a situation that was kind of shielding itself from you before. But it's more like you're aware of the happenings, situation that's going on. I do feel that this in particular is you getting back in touch with what makes you not strong, but it was what gives you that kind of insight into other people, because you're quite empathic. You know, whatever sign you have Cancer in, you will be very empathic, and it feels as though you are, as a matter of fact, getting into a stage where you can utilize this as a strength rather than a hindrance, because sometimes you can walk into a room and feel very overwhelmed with all the information you're getting from everybody, the subtle language, the energies, the auras. I think that you've used this before to see beyond the curtain of a lot of people, but it's a strength coming in that you're kind of refining this ability in April. And I feel this is going to help you with negotiations that are coming up in April. So you may find yourself part of conversations that seem to be that they're trying to sway you to their way of thinking because they think they can. But you're going to pick up on that, and you're going to be like, no, I'm actually going to utilize the strength that I have in this intuition ability in order to weigh the pros and cons and give myself the judgment that I see fit. So I think this is going to be really interesting for you, putting your foot down a lot because of the intuitive flashes that you're getting as well. So you're definitely not one to mess with this April. I feel like, especially if you have Aries in your chart as well as Leo here, that fire side could be coming through to be a very strong asset to you. You're going to find yourself being in a yes, no, I'm going to talk to my guides, I'm going to talk to spirit, I'm going to see what's going on here, in order for you to truly find what's coming through that's best for you. Let me just see. Okay, Lover's card. 5, so too many cooks spoil the broth. You can have too many opinions. It could be about a relationship that you have, but I feel like this is mostly you finding part of yourself again. This is you finding something or coming to grips with something that you used to have, an ability you used to have, a hobby, a feeling of yourself, maybe some health, but there's still people who seem to think they know what's best for you. As you can see, nothing's getting done, and it's not preventing the fire. So many arguments, too many, I think this should happen, I think that should happen. You know, they're trying too hard here to maybe sway you or have this kind of, I don't know what it is. The only thing that I can say for sure is that there's some kind of gossip or there's some kind of chat, and it just seems like the disagreements around it. They may try and drag you into it, they may try and get you to comment where you don't feel it's your place, but you don't have to feel obliged to do that. You don't have to comment on things you would rather not comment on. It's just a case of they want to kind of try and test you a little bit. And then you have the King of Cups, so you will be in control. You will be definitely in control of yourself. You will feel more like you can have the authority over your emotions and you won't let them get the best of you. Now, I know sometimes concerns can be seen as overly emotional, mood swingy, all the negative things that they say about you and stuff, but not this time. It feels like you're very in control. You can see things. He's got that for a reason. You can see things happening from a mile away. You will be prepared, so you won't have to leap into an emotional response. You will already know what's actually going to happen. All you need to do is scale back a little bit in April and utilize this ability that you have. Connect with your guides a little bit more, connect with spirit that wants to talk to you. Make sure that you feel like you can trust that inner voice. I think that's very imperative. This is basically trusting what it's telling you, trusting what you can do with it, trusting your ability. Because without that trust, you may find things a little bit harder this month. So you know what's going on. You can see everything that's coming forwards to you. Catfish, something here about catfish. Maybe somebody's not being their true self. Somebody's not being exactly who they say they are, and you can actually see that coming up. You may even catch them. You may even point them out and suss them out and reveal them to other people. But there's definitely a feeling that you're getting back into the groove of something that you feel like you've lost. And that is something that I think is incredibly good for you, Cancerians. I really do. And April looks like it's going to be quite interesting for you. So let me know in the comments below if that worked. I'm now going to go on to Scorpio. Alright. Scorpios. Let's see what's coming up for you guys. I'm just going to do it in front. Okay, so you have the Emperor, you have the Ten of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Cups. Nice. Okay, so let's see what's coming up here for you, Scorpio. Right, so there's some kind of control. You're taking charge of something, you're making plans, you're being quite authoritative about it. You're not really going in very emotionally. I feel like similar to Cancerians, you're kind of dialing back the emotions slightly, or at least being in control of your responses. It feels as though you are going to reach some kind of happiness and security. But I also feel like this is you having hope again. I don't know whether you lost hope recently or you just kind of lost a bit of faith in something that you were planning or something in particular that just like felt like, oh, what's the point? But there is something coming through here. There's a compassion and intimacy for yourself, a feeling of accomplishment, establishment. You feel like you're getting somewhere. Things seem to be settling down a little bit for you, certainly emotionally, but also I think with the amount of stuff you've been having to deal with recently, it just feels like it's getting to a certain place where you can spend the time planning, getting into a routine, getting your authority back. It could be that you start learning something new, but I do feel that you're just going to try and be in control of what it is you're wanting to do in this lifetime. There's very much a discipline coming through here. It feels like you have this sort of structure, have this authority over something in particular, that you're actually getting down into the roots of it. I see feet on the ground and really digging into the earth, and that is very healthy for you anyway, to ground yourself and to kind of get the toxins out, so to speak. But the Ten of Pentacles to me is very much a feeling of contentment. I mean, if you see here, I don't know whether you can, but this couple, don't know whether it'll focus. Nope, you really don't want to focus. Anyway, they look like a very done up, like with the hair all nice, of these two. So I feel like you are very much going to find yourself in a nice, comfortable position. I do see you manifesting here. I see you manifesting something. And then you have the Emperor over here, which is quite a strong person, very in control, very majestic. And I think you're balancing routine, organization, being very reliable with manifestation in order to get this in the middle here. So it feels a lot like you are utilizing all the gifts that you have, that fixed Scorpio realness, so to speak, with your innate magical sensibilities to manifest something new, but also utilize your routine in order to manifest it. That's definitely something that's coming in for you in April. It can be anything, but I feel it's something that you've really, really wanted for a long time, and now you're getting into the nitty-gritty of it. That's something that feels like it to me. Then you have the Strength card. This is really good. It may involve a Leo here, but it's like if anything starts to bother you, you just kind of brush it away. You're like, no, 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 you have no room here. You have no permission to be here. I do not pay you attention. Because this storm, it may just be something in the back of your mind, and you're like, nope, 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 nope. I think this is anxiety. I think this is some kind of fear, maybe fear of rejection, maybe doubt, or an imposter syndrome of something like, I have no reason to such and such. But this is you kind of being in control of that. This also came up for Cancerians. I'm just going to get another one to clarify that. And that also came up for Cancerians, but I've given it a really good shuffle. So I do feel that you have, and that did as well, but I do feel that you have a strength and tenacity to balance out things here. You, for me, this is people trying to drag you into drama all the time. Dragging into drama, not getting anything done, going around in circles, blah, 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 blah. And you're kind of sitting at the side, observing it all. Not passing judgment, but certainly passing a sense of, you're in the wrong here, I don't trust you, and you're being very aware of things, really, when it comes to it. You're being quite, I see this, I see that, and you are quite savvy, Scorpio. Not that I'm blowing my own trumpet, because I am also a Scorpio, but it does feel like you are getting to a certain stage now, especially with this, that you feel like you're finally getting some kind of, how to put it, defeat over insecurity. This is something that you're finding this sanctuary, you're finding this safe place for yourself in April, and you're able, maybe it's like some kind of space that you're carving out for yourself, and you're actually then able to be quiet, sense the fact that there's some peace around you. I'm just going to get you another card. Then we have the Star. Okay, so you had more than normal, I agree, but it does feel like you are getting to hope, inspiration, generosity. You're getting the hope back in your life. You're getting the inspiration back in your life. And I think after a period of severe tumultuous feelings, you're getting that control. I know sometimes Scorpios can be a little bit of a control freak, but we like things our way and we know how to control ourselves. So that's just the kind of thing that I think we like, having our feet on the ground. I do see you getting back into routine, and this is definitely going to be something that's positive and moves you in the right direction. So I'm really happy to see this for you guys. Do let me know if this resonates with you. Everything else is to get to contact with me is down below. But take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon.